Hi, Frania Shelley-Grielen of animalbehaviors.us. Let's talk today about the most effective way for you to use timeouts when working with your cat or with your dog. Timeouts are an incredible management tool for avoiding conflict in high-stress situations. By removing the cat or the dog from the animal or person that they're reacting to in a negative manner, you can control the environment and keep things safe. In order to do this effectively, you need to use positive energy, no scolding, no yelling, don't add to it, don't stir the pot, and you need to remove the animal to a neutral place for as short a period as possible. That's right, short a period. Let's talk more about how you can use timeouts and make them work for you. First, before you use a timeout, make sure that it's absolutely necessary. In addition to the vocalizations that you're hearing, you want to look at the body language and the environment. You have growls in play and you have growls with defense. So make sure when you hear that growl that you know where it's coming from. The dog already knows what it means. We're the ones who have to key in on it. Look at the entire body of the dog. Are the dogs loose? Are they relaxed? Do you see squared off, forward weight, or do you see dogs, again, that keep going backwards and keep kind of doing these little forward movements or those play bows or play slaps? Do you see with these dogs that they're following each other, that they're in concert with each other? If you were to separate the victim dog from the bully dog and the victim dog came trotting along afterwards, then what you've done is you've separated a perfectly good doggy play moment. So do be careful when you're looking at this to see whether or not it's doggy play or not. When it comes to cats, you want to look at body language as well. Very key. Look at if the head is pulled back on the body. Look at the ears. Ears are amazing with cats. If you've got flattened ears or those airplane ears, then that's a sure sign of trouble. Vocalizations. Is it a hiss? Is it an occasional hiss? Because a hiss is really not so bad when it comes to just warning off another cat. However, when you get that really intense body language with those flat airplane ears, head pulled back, and that yowling, you've got these dilated wide eyes, then you really do want to be a little bit more concerned. Also look around and see whether or not you've got exits in these areas that you're in. Is this an closed off interior room like in a doggy daycare or in a backyard where there's no exit to get out if it's fenced off? Is it your living room where there's no place to go? Is the animal in a corner? If you don't have an exit, then there's always that potential for more defensive aggression, and then you do want to be concerned. In order to be able to modify behavior, you have got to be using timing correctly. There's absolutely no way you can ever say to your cat or to your dog, do you know why I put you in timeout? And then get a response and then explain to them why. And P.S., if you've got lip licking or looking away or some kind of groveling, that's appeasement behavior from your dog. That's your dog just simply telling you that they would like you to stop scolding and being angry at them. That's it. Same deal with the cat. If you get any kind of reaction from your cat, it's simply the reaction to being yelled at. So what you've got on your side with the whole timeout thing is length of time, duration. You've got to use it in a very, very short, brief, segmented way. Absolutely correct what I just said. Short, segmented way. We're talking 3 minutes for a dog or less. So if you're putting your dog into a timeout for a period of time that's longer, you're confusing the dog. And you're really not using this as much more than, yes, it definitely has a utilization for safety, not taking that away. However, the longer you keep a dog in a timeout, you're going to start to get a counterproductive attitude towards what it is that you're trying to seek. When it comes to separating cats, do not use your hands. No matter how intuitive as it may seem, you don't want to put your hands between the two cats. They are not going to stop fighting. They will just simply scratch your hands. What you want to do is you want to use some kind of a barrier to separate them. So for that, use whatever you've got that's handy. I love a piece of cardboard from a cardboard box. That's great. It's flexible. You can put that between them. That may not be around. In that scenario, what you want to do is look for, do you have a newspaper? Do you have a magazine? Do you have a throw pillow? Something you can put in between the two cats in order to get them to stop fighting with each other. Worst case scenario, get a towel and pull it over one of the cats, and then take that cat in the towel and remove it quietly, without any negative energy, to the neutral room that you're going to deposit the individual in. No words. Close the door. Be very careful not to increase the kind of behavior you're trying to discourage with your own behavior around the timeout. This will happen if you are rough in your handling, if you scruff, if you scold, if you slap, if you move the animal into a situation when it has stopped doing what you've asked it to do. And it has got to have stopped doing what you've asked it to do in order for you to be able to get it going into a timeout, because it's no longer doing the objectionable behavior, you're moving it, right? It's stopped. So the whole key here is not to make this worse. Don't put negative energy into something you're trying to contain and you're trying to reorder. As much as you may feel upset about things, as much as you might like to give the animal the lecture, they're just never going to get it. And all you're going to do is to make matters worse. A lot of the times I hear that, where people will say, well, this dog has been acting this way, or this cat has been doing this, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse because how the animal is being handled is making the situation worse. So if you have the opportunity to make it better, try it.